Hello, my name is Seth. Welcome back. Thanks for watching my videos on YouTube at How I Think. In this video, I am going to show you how to install the Cisco Network Simulator, the free one called GNS3, and we can download that right from their website by going to gns3.net. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. You can pretty much set up all of the Cisco routers or firewalls, including Juniper, within this emulator, and set up your full labs to practice for your exams or just to learn. So what I've done is I went to gns3.net, clicked on download, and I've already downloaded this GNS version 0831 all-in-one installer. So we're going to go ahead and install that first. And here you go. So we're going to go ahead and install that. I just double clicked it. It's going to go ahead and unzip. Hit next. Agree. Next. Next. Hit next. Next. Agree. Okay. It's going to install some additional software as well, so it's a full package. While this is downloading, what you also want to do is go to careercert.info and start downloading some of these Cisco iOS images, because this GNS3 actually uses Cisco iOS images to do the emulator. So you need those. If you have a Cisco account, you can download it from their website. Depending on what type of account you have, what rights you have, you may be able to download some or may not, so it's easier to just do a Google search and download. So I've already downloaded a couple of these iOS images. In the meantime, while that's downloading or installing. Alright, it's complete. We're going to hit next, and we're going to go ahead and start this out. Hit finish. Alright, so we're given this little wizard. We have to click on all these 3 steps to make sure everything's okay. So we're going to click on step 1, and we'll leave everything as is and just click on test settings. What this does is it's going to make sure that the main core engine of GNS3, which is Dynamics, is running, which it did successfully. We're going to click on OK. It's not at this point. We're going to click on 2, hit OK. And we're going to click on 3rd. Here it wants us to import some iOS images to begin configuration. So we're going to click on Browse, and I'm going to browse out to my Downloads folder. I've already downloaded the 26 series and the 72 series router iOS images. They're bin files. So you can choose the bin file or the image. I'll click on bin. For the 26 series, click open. It says, do you want to uncompress it? And it turns it into an image file. Say yes, because it already exists. Click OK. And down here, as you can see, it automatically picks up the platform. We're going to click on save. Don't worry about the idle PC value. We'll come back to that later. Click close. I'm going to click on this again and browse out to the 72 series. Yes, click OK, and hit save and close. Hit OK. Okay, at this point, this is the main screen of how this emulator looks like. I'm going to bring in the first router. Also, if you notice, if you don't have the iOS image already downloaded and set up, if you click on a router and bring it here, It says no image for this platform. It's not going to let you. If we do the 26 series and drop it in here, it allows us to drop it because we've already configured it. So we're able to drop the files in here. And so at this point, we can start setting up our topology, our network topology, however you want to go ahead and practice and set this up. If you right click and say configure and click on R1 slots, here you can set up additional slots for that switch. So if I click on a drop down, there's going to be 4 serial ports that come with that router, and you can actually choose that to expand the slots for yourself. Hit apply, click OK. I'm going to right click and say start, and turn green that it's started. And then if I right click and say console, that's going to actually pull up the PuTTY, and it's going to boot into the interface. There you go, the router is up. You can say show run. So it's a full iOS, a full Cisco iOS. You have the router available to you, and you can make changes, start setting up ports, start adding IP addresses, and so on and so forth. So pretty straightforward installation, really easy to do. I'm going to exit this out. Remember how I said we need to worry about the idle PC, that value? Well, and then right click and say idle PC. It's going to go ahead and calculate the idle PC value for you. So we'll let it go ahead and calculate that. Because if we don't do this, it's gonna peak the processor to 100%. It's going to be slow. Your memory and your processor speed is going to be slow. So once it's done calculating, it gives us a value set. If you click on a drop down, you can choose different value set as to which one you want. I guess we can go with the first one, hit OK. And then if we come edit iOS images, click on the 7200 series, see how it automatically saves that for you. You close, right click, and stop. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I want to set up an ASA. So there's a few things we have to do for ASA. First things first, we would have to go to Google and search for go to xerunetwork.com, and I'll provide this link. There's an excellent documentation step by step how to set up ASA. So two documentation. This is how to set up the ASDM, and this is how to set up the ASA in general, the CLI portion. So we're going to come here first, and I'll provide the two documentation. It gives you this link. You have to download the kernel file and the init file for ASA, which I've already downloaded and pre-positioned. So once you download those files, okay, you come here, click on Edit, Preferences, and then you click on QEMU. Okay, you're going to click on ASA, and here we have to input those. So I'll call this an ASA. Okay, and we'll change the value to 1024. Go back to the website, and it provides you some values. We need these, okay? So first, QME options, we're going to copy this. And we're going to paste that in here. If you want additional ASAs, if you want more than one ASA, then this value right here, none, will be changed to 2 or 3 or however many ASAs you want. Keep that in mind. Okay, next we come here and we're going to click on Browse. Come here and we're going to choose the init first. It tells you, and then we're going to choose the the kernel file, and then we're going to come back to the website, and we're going to copy this value, the kernel CMD command line. We're going to copy this, and we're going to paste that in here, and we're going to save this. Okay, now it's saved. We're going to click OK. Okay, so now we're going to come here and drag the ASA like so, and you can actually right click and click on start, so it's green so we know it's started. Right click and say console, and we'll see it actually booting up into the ASA itself. Okay, at this point, as you can see, it's fully loaded. Since there is no password, and we can say show run, and we can actually see we're booted into a full iOS. And so at this point, we can go ahead and you can go ahead and start configuring this. If you need to use ASDM, then for that what we need to do is I'll right click this and click on stop. For ASDM, if you want to set that up, what you have to do is set up a loopback adapter, an Ethernet loopback adapter on your machine, because you have to upload that into the ASA. And in order for you to do that, you got to be able to communicate with it. So what we need to do at this point is we're going to type in hardware wizard, hit next, install manually, hit next, and from the drop down we're going to choose network adapters, hit next, and we're going to click on Microsoft, and here we're going to click on Microsoft loopback adapter. And we're going to hit next, and it's going to go ahead and install our loopback. Alright, it's finished. So now alright, and we're going to double click this, and we're going to assign ourselves an IP address of 192.168.30.3. We're going to click OK. We're going to click OK. Now that we've installed the loopback, we need to restart the machine in order for the machine to pick up the adapter. Okay, our machine rebooted, so we're going to come back here. We're going to click on Cloud. We're going to drag that into the main configuration screen. We're going to double click it. We're going to click on C2. Under Ethernet, we're going to click on the drop down. We're going to look for the loopback adapter we just added. We're going to click on that, click on Add, and hit OK. Okay, at this point, we're going to go ahead and click our ASA and drop it into the main screen. And I am going to drop an Ether switch, just an Ethernet switch. So we're going to make connections. I'm going to click on this little RJ45 icon and click on Gigabit Ethernet. I'm going to choose my my cloud, and I'm going to click on switch, and we see two green connections, meaning everything is okay. And then from my ASA, I clicked it, and I'm going to choose Ethernet 1. We're going to click on our switch to make the connectivity. Okay, I'm going to click on the RJ45 to end it, stop that. So now what we need to do is go into the switch, right click, start. There we go. And we're going to click on console. This is going to boot up. Okay. And I want to go to config T. Get into the gigabit Ethernet port 1, and I am going to give it an IP address of 192.168.30.1, 255.255.255.0. No shut. I'm gonna give it the name. So name if inside, and what that's going to do is give it the security level of 100 on the inside. There we go. Exit, exit, write to memory. Now if we say ping 92.168.30.10, bam, there we go. So now what we need to do is upload the ASDM file, right? So we gotta run. Okay, we're gonna start our TFTP server, and here we're gonna say copy TFTP flash, and the host is 192.168.30.3, file ASDM -647.bin. Destination file we want to keep the same, hit enter, and it's going to go ahead and upload the ASDM file. Okay, now that it's been uploaded, what we need to do is, okay, now it's been set as default. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to enable HTTP server enable. Then we need to allow HTTP 192.168.30.0, 255.255.255.0 on the inside interface. Then we need to create a username admin, password Cisco, with privilege level 15. Okay. Then we write that to memory. And now, if we open up the browser, if we say HTTPS 192.168.30.1, bingo, there we go. There we go. Now we can use ASDM as well to configure our admin Cisco. There you go. Cool, huh? It's a bit lengthy, but it's really cool. So what we did today was install GNS3, the emulator, downloaded a couple of iOS images for a couple of the routers. We're able to configure the routers so they can ping each other using serial connection and a switch. We're able to set up a loopback, physical loopback adapter to set up our to mimic our cloud, set up an ASA, and it's all communicating with each other, and that's the cool thing. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, this quick, lengthy. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a message, and please subscribe. Thanks.